Do you ever look at your schedule and feel instantly overwhelmed because you honestly don't know how you're going to fit everything in? Can anyone else relate to that feeling? If you can relate, let me know in the comments. Drop a heart, send me some love. As a busy mompreneur with two adult children with special needs still at home, I get it. There have been so many moments where I've thought, how am I supposed to grow my business when I have so much on my plate? And maybe you felt that way too before. But here's the good news. Over the years, I've learned how to shift out of the overwhelm and into intentional action. And I've developed simple strategies that not only help me get things done, but also help my clients do the same. Because productivity isn't always about doing more, it's about becoming focused, more intentional, and more effective with the time that you do have. So today, I'm excited to share 5 powerful shifts to help you get things done like a boss. And if you're ready to take control of your to-do list, get focused, and start making things happen in your business, type yes in the comments and let's dive in. So, step 1 is to flip the script and shift your mindset to the positive. The first step is learning how to change the way we talk to ourselves. But before we can change our thoughts, we have to first become aware of them, because awareness is the first step towards transformation. Here's the problem. According to the National Science Foundation, 80% of our thoughts are automatically negative. And negative thoughts don't motivate you to take action. As a mom to 2 adult children with special needs with multiple appointments and responsibilities every single week, one of my most common automatic negative thoughts used to be, I just don't have time to do what I want to do in my business. It felt true at the time, but it really slowed me down because I felt overwhelmed and frustrated. Can anyone else relate to this? Comment relate below if you felt this way before too. And when you're focused on the negative, we can get stuck in a negative thought loop because our thoughts create our feelings, and then our feelings motivate our actions, and ultimately our actions create our results. When we're feeling negative in any way, we're not motivated to take that productive action. And then we end up creating the same results that we don't want. And that's why we have to learn how to interrupt those thoughts and consciously shift them. Thankfully, over time and through my training as a mindset coach, I learned how to recognize that thought when it showed up and intentionally flip the script. So instead of saying, I don't have time, I started saying, I can make time for the activities that move my business forward. And this shift changed everything. Because when you believe that you can make the time, your brain starts looking for the possibilities of how you can create that time. And that mindset shift to possibility creates momentum. It helps you to feel empowered, more focused, and more willing to take action. This is something that I help my clients do. Identify the thoughts that are slowing them down and replace them with more empowering beliefs that motivate them to take that action and follow through. Because the truth is, the only reason why we do or do not do anything is because of our mindset. And here's the key. We can make time for what's most important through prioritization, scheduling, and mindset. So the next step after creating a positive mindset that will support you to take action is to identify the tasks that matter most. After you've shifted your mindset, it's time to get organized. Start by writing all the tasks, everything that you need to get done. Getting all your tasks out of your head and onto paper is the first step towards clarity. Next, break those tasks into smaller, doable steps. For example, instead of writing a vague task like work on a Facebook Live, break it down into actionable steps, such as identify a topic for your Facebook Live, create an outline, schedule and block out time for your Facebook Live, create your social media posts to promote your Facebook Live, practice your Facebook Live. By breaking a larger project into smaller steps, each task feels more manageable. You can even choose to spread those tasks out over the course of a week to avoid overwhelm. You could do one task a day to create your Facebook Live the week before, and then you'll be ready to go live. The key is to keep things doable so that you don't get overwhelmed. When we get overwhelmed, we tend to spin in a cycle thinking about everything that we have to do instead of actually getting it done. By breaking down the steps, you set yourself up for success without the stress and overwhelm. The third step is to prioritize those tasks that you have identified are important. Not all tasks are created equal. Focus on the activities that will help you reach your revenue goals faster. So here are the 3 high-impact money-making activities that I recommend you focus on every day. Connect with more people, share more value, make more offers to help. When you have a goal to do more of these money-making activities and prioritize these activities every day, you'll make more consistent revenue in your business. But you might be wondering, how do I make time for these things? And this leads us to step number 4, which is schedule your tasks. This is how we can create time for what we want to accomplish. Instead of just hoping that you'll find the time during the week, you'll want to intentionally schedule your important tasks directly onto your calendar. Because what gets scheduled is much more likely to get done. And here's something important to remember. If something doesn't get done at the end of the day, don't make it mean anything negative about you. Because life happens. Unexpected things come up, especially if you're a mompreneur. Even if you're a dog mom, emergencies can happen. I had 2 pet emergencies just last month. So instead of beating yourself up, simply reschedule the task and move forward. Because one of the biggest mistakes so many women make is turning an unfinished to-do list into self-criticism. I just coached a client on this last week. Negative thoughts like, I'm not good enough or I didn't do enough today will leave you feeling defeated. And when you feel defeated, you're less likely to take action. Give yourself grace and make sure that you're giving yourself credit for what you are doing, especially when you're choosing to prioritize your children or your health. And remember, done is better than perfect. So step 5 is to honor your schedule. This is the final step in this 5-step process. Once you've taken the time to identify your priorities and schedule your commitments, it's important to treat those commitments like they matter, because they do. Start honoring your scheduled priorities the same way that you would honor an appointment with someone else. Because every time you follow through on what you said you were going to do, you build trust and confidence in yourself. And over time, you begin to see yourself differently. You start seeing yourself as the CEO who follows through, the woman who keeps her commitments, the woman who takes intentional action even when life feels busy. And that identity shift is powerful. Now, of course, life happens. And as moms, as business owners, as caregivers, as women juggling a lot of responsibilities, there will be times when things need to shift on our schedule. But the goal is to stay focused on your priorities and intentionally follow through in the time that you do have, instead of constantly pushing your goals and important tasks to the bottom of the list. Because the more you consistently honor your schedule, the more momentum you'll create in your life and in your business. So as you move through your week, I want you to ask yourself, am I honoring the priorities that matter the most to me? Because you deserve to build a business and a life that reflects what truly matters to you. So let's recap the 5 steps so that you can start implementing them today. So the first step is flip the script. Shift your mindset. Become aware of your automatic negative thoughts and focus on what's possible. Replace negative thoughts with empowering ones that motivate you to take action. Number 2, identify your tasks. Break larger tasks down into smaller, more manageable steps so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Number 3, prioritize high-impact activities. Focus on the activities that will move your business forward. Building relationships and connecting with people. Sharing value with your audience. Making offers to help. Number 4, schedule your tasks. Create intentional time for your priorities. And when life happens, reschedule as needed without the guilt or overwhelm. Number 5, honor your schedule. Treat your scheduled priorities like they matter, because they do. Every time you follow through on what you said you were going to do, you build trust and confidence in yourself and strengthen your identity as someone who follows through. Do these steps feel doable to you? If so, drop a yes in the comments. I'll always love to hear that. And if you would like to support implementing these steps, I would love to help. I offer a complimentary business breakthrough session where we'll uncover what may be keeping you stuck and create a clear plan to help you attract consistent clients and reach your income goals. If you'd like support, comment breakthrough below and I'll personally send you the link to schedule. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I can't wait to hear how these steps help you take back control of your schedule, honor your priorities, and get things done like a boss.